Greetings, folks. Welcome back to the Jason Damico Show. We are here coming at you with Zoom. And this friend of mine, this new friend of mine, we've known each other for a couple of months.
That's right.
Really needs no introduction. I've seen him killing it out there, literally on the streets. And that's how we met, was on, I think, the shuttle train in New York City. And he's gone viral with a couple of videos. Bruno Mars cover, and Alex Martin, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jason D'Amico Show. How you doing, man?
Jason, thank you for having me. It was great meeting you on the train. I knew it was a quick little interaction, but
very quick. It's like 10 seconds.
Those are the real ones. Those are the real ones.
So you're honkered down in Queens right now during all this.
Yep.
Just talk to me a little bit about we were just talking about your beginning stages. Just kind of tell everybody really how music started for you, and kind of like just tell me what you told me literally 2 minutes ago. That was a great thing.
Yeah, so like you said, we met on the shuttle, and you were complimenting my, and I started when I was 4 years old, playing out in the streets from 4 to 15. And that's what my family did to make a living. But I stopped doing that, and I lived on my own, and I put myself through school, and then I left school, and I wanted to do music still. But I wanted to not associate what I did in the past with what I'm doing now. And I wanted to be more positive about it. And I started playing on the train again. I used to play on that shuttle when I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And I knew. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It kind of muted a couple of times.
Yeah, you know what it is? I know what it is. Give me 1 second.
Oh, is it the notifications?
Yeah, I got notifications. I'm gonna go ahead. It is. That's what it is. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, I knew that social media wasn't a thing in the early 2000s as much as it is now, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my experience of playing on the street for 12 years, do it now, make it positive, get my name out there, because I know that within a year, I know how many people I'll come across, and I know a percentage of people that'll engage with me. I know a percentage of people that'll like it, so I just needed to get in front of as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And then one day, this leads to the video, one day, I'm singing on the train, and a group of high schoolers come on, and they almost missed the train too, which is like crazy to even think about where I would be.
It's like the butterfly effect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I asked them, "You guys want to sing a song together?" Because they were all happy and giddy. I read people's energy when I'm out there performing.
You have to, man.
Song, and everyone was recording. I was trying to get as many videos as I could for people. I posted the one that I thought was the best one that I had that I could get, and the rest is history. Now the video is almost is over 2 million views. I was surprised when it hit 100,000. And ever since then, it's just been really great. Just the connections that I'm getting around the world right now.
Yeah. What would you say is the major change with what are like the couple of bullet points from the change from like pre-viral to post-viral for you? Like how has it been navigating that, or just like what are some of the changes?
Some of the changes are I'm able to be more consistent with my content, because I don't want to put out everything and then when I get the following, I'm not going to say they're going to run out of stuff, but I want to save the good stuff for later. I would say the transition that I've had is definitely going live a lot more. I've been very happy with my lives. At any given time, there's at least 20, 30 people on there. From before, it was 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't have a big head about this. I'm very grateful for it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if I go live for an hour, I get like 500 people who are watching, maybe even more.
Wow.
And
cool.
That's great. That's fantastic. I couldn't do that pre-viral, I guess. And it really, I don't feel any different. I'm just really grateful, and I'm happy that all of my hard work is finally paying off.
What you said when before we went live, we were talking about you were just telling me about how you started playing when you were younger.
Right.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? Because you actually said your family was paying bills as street musicians.
Yeah. So there's I'm the oldest of 3 boys, right? And my father was also a musician, and that's how he paid the bills. That was his job. So
Are you guys from Queens originally then?
No, LA. I'm from LA.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You see this shirt? You see this shirt? The shirt right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this hoodie.
That's
LA,
cool, man.
11/11, New Beginnings, my name.
Is November 11th your birthday?
No. It just means new beginnings.
Gotcha.
My birthday's 4 days after the 11th.
Okay. I'm on the 11th. That's why I asked.
No way.
Yeah, January 11th.
Oh, it's January. Okay.
There's a lot going on. No, there's a lot going on there. I was like 111 because I was born in 94, and I'm like, that's crazy if there's that similarity. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm bringing it up.
Established 94, baby.
That's awesome.
We're both 94 babies.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, it was what we did to pay the bills, and it wasn't a positive thing. It was more of like survival. And I got away from it because I wasn't in a situation with my family at home that was going to let me grow. I knew I always wanted to get educated. I knew I wanted to go to school. So at 15 years old, I went to go live on my own from LA to New York City. That's how I got to New York in 2010. This is 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So in those 10 years, I've been living on my own, pushing. I didn't just magically pop up on the shuttle smiling and playing guitar, you know? I put myself.
So you moved up there at 16.
Yeah.
Ish. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 15 specifically. That was
wow.
I was 15 years old when I started living on my own.
Now, were you doing how was that? I mean, I don't know how much detail you want to go into on that, but
whatever you want, Jason.
What was that? What was that like?
Not easy. Not easy. Went to 3 high schools. Constantly being moved around. Not fun. Not fun. I was living on my own. I had 3 jobs. I was a part of 2 sports teams, bowling team and swimming. I just tried to have a normal life. And what made me realize that at the end of the day, even if I have a 9-to-5 job, I still will be miserable. Like, I just wanted to,
it's true.
I'm very pure. I'm very pure in intention. Like, this is what I want to do, and that's it to me. Like, I know I'm happy playing music, creating music. I just want to make a living doing it. I'm not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be the biggest guy. I'm not doing this for ego. I'm not doing this for looks. I'm doing this because this is what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And when I'm out there on the shuttle, the reason I'm on the shuttle is because I know those people are going to work every day. And just like anyone else, they probably hate their day. And if I'm there to help them get through the day, to make their day, then I'm someone that they can count on in a way, because they always see me. And my thing is being consistent. I'm out there every day in the same exact spot, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I didn't stop. I went for 7 days straight for like a year now. So this, you know, what's crazy is that this quarantine, this video that blew up, right? It was one of the last days I performed out on the train before the coronavirus got really heavy. Because, you know, I'm at risk. I'm on the train and I see 1 million people every day.
Yeah.
That's a risk. I wasn't going to go to work that day, Jason. I wasn't going to go perform that day. And I did. And I'm glad that I did, because I always trusted my gut, because I always say you never know what can happen. And I know
you never know.
You never know. And even though I've been doing this and struggling with doing this for my whole life, I still wake up every day and I don't allow a situation in the past or stop me from what I want in the future. I want what I want, and that's it. And like I said, it's not for an ego. It's not for a look. It's out of pure joy. I love the connection I make with people when I'm performing. I've been doing it my whole life. I've seen lots of reactions. I've seen lots of people open up to me. It's real to me. It's the only thing to me that seems real. And I don't want to lose that just to help fill a quota. I don't want to lose that ability to not be happy. I don't want to lose the time that I could spend with loved ones in the future. You know, I'm by myself now. You know, but I'm just saying, like, I want to be the man that I want to be in the future, so the people around me could be happy as well. Because, I think happiness starts with yourself, but that's a whole different conversation.
Well, I think you'll agree with me that, because man, that New York grind is so addicting, but it's so exhausting at the same time. And it's like, I've had meltdowns on trains. I've had exuberant, jovial times on trains. Like the shuttles, like the shuttle train, I'm on that constantly when I'm up there. And I always would take Amtrak, Metro North, the Hudson line, because I was up in upstate when I was living in New York.
Right.
I'd take the train down. I was in business school at the same time. I'd be reading textbooks for 2 hours, go in, do my audition, literally go back on no partying, no anything, getting back on the train, going back to my textbooks for another 2 hours. So it's like, I think you'll agree with me that the street musicians literally are changing the atmosphere in that environment, because like when I came on that train, I don't even remember why I was down there that day. It was probably for an audition, probably for a couple of meetings, the same reason why I would always go down. But obviously loved what you did. I think it was like a Beatles cover. I think it was Here Comes the Sun or something like that. And just in that 15 seconds, I was like, I gotta give this guy my card. We gotta stay connected. Oh, you know what it was? I was going to shoot this podcast with Messiah Says, who also went viral. He's out in Brooklyn, but I contacted him through Instagram, and we ended up, shooting his segment. That's why I went down there. So it's just this really strange, like this podcast, man. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have met you.
Right.
And here you are on the podcast. It's like, it's just like
manifesting.
Yeah.
Awesome. For a reason. I want to check that guy out. I want to throw him a follow.
Oh, dude, yeah, he just hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. They've sent him the plaque a couple of weeks ago.
Nice,
dude. He's a riot, man. You guys got to get together once all this blows over. Definitely. Real blues cat. Real, just like straight up hilarious guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm happy his video went viral, because then that let us meet.
Yes. Yeah, he's been out in the scene for a few years now, at least 4 or 5 years. But back to you, man. So you've got your production chops happening. You were playing me a new song. Tell me a little bit about that. What's going on with that stuff?
Yeah, so I have an album out. I use TuneCore to distribute, so that's like everything. I paid for the top one. I got everything out there. Like any music streaming service that's out there, I'm on it. I have an album that I released on November 11th called 11/11. Yeah, I totally did it on purpose. No, and I'm moving on to my next project. So actually, I was just in Nashville right before this stuff happened in February. And I signed contracts to get my music on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, NASCAR, streaming, not streaming, licensing.
Yep.
I got licensed out to like 20 plus shows, all shows, The Real World, you name it. I can't even think about it, because I'm just like, there's a lot of shows. Discovery Network.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So right now, the music that I'm making, I know where it's going to go, but I still wanted to have that appeal to my fans, the people that have been following me and supporting me even before I went viral, because I know I always try to cater to what those people like, because they met me in person. They, they're not following me because they saw a video with a million, they're following me because they like, because they met me, because they heard me in person. Right. I shook their hand. I gave them a card, they gave me $1, stuff like that. So I'm trying to straddle between commercially viable, but also appealing, not losing myself in that process.
Yeah.
As an artist, because you have to. I'm making the music I need to make, so I can make the music I want to make. That's how I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now,
how is that going for you, mentally and emotionally and spiritually, all those components?
Mentally, it's a lovely thing because it keeps my brain technically sharp for the skills that are needed. I've been producing for 10 years now on the computer, so this is a lot of work. Emotionally, it's great because it's cathartic. I get it out. Physically, it's draining because hours and hours listening to speakers and eyes on this big TV that I had.
Yep.
But it's pure passion. It's pure love. I know this is what I want to do. I'm suffering for the right reasons. I don't even want to call it suffering. So it's all good. It's all gravy.
It's strange. It's strange being in this world of like music production and all these things, because it's so easy to get caught in that trap of like self-doubt and negativity for certain things. But it's like, then you remind yourself, or at least for me, it's like there's only a handful of people that do this, and to be able to do it and to keep doing it, that's a gift. You know, there's so many folks right now that would love to be in our shoes and have, you know, some studio gear or whatever, be blessed with that. So it's a really tough business. I don't need to tell you that. Like you've lived it, you're still living it. This whole thing has kind of made things more difficult, but in a way, I think it really is out of the true producers and the true artists, you definitely are one, without a doubt.
Jason,
It's bringing out the best in you, for sure.
Yep. And just to add on to that, being isolated, being alone, only increases that creativity, that drive. And I have to say, this situation has kind of benefited me in a way because everyone's home.
Right.
Everyone's sad.
Right.
Everyone feels bad. Music is about connecting people. I just did an Instagram live actually, and there was 2 fans that have been following me for the last month that are Italian. I don't speak any Italian. I had my Google Translate up here, right? And I was speaking it the best that I could, and we stayed on speaking for 20 minutes.
Wow.
We connected, and everyone that was watching on live loved it. And, you know, with this situation with the whole coronavirus thing, it's allowing me to really get to know my people. And I do really want to know my people. I message every single person back. I don't play around with them. Because I remember when I didn't have anyone message me. You know what I mean? I remember what it felt like when I messaged my favorite artist.
And then
I know they're back. Busy. I get it. You know, I'm not stupid. I'm not naive.
Yeah.
You know? But I want to be different that way. I want to be personal. I want to be that personal artist, the one that you can message, the one that you see on my live and I'm building a song. Like you said, you know, that song Is This Love. That's a brand new song I wrote. I'm already recording it, working on it. You know, I want to get my stuff out there. And this situation is allowing me to connect with people more, period.
What would be the biggest thing for you with like transparency and honesty?
Yeah.
Was there a turning point for you where it really clicked, or was it always kind of there? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because a lot of folks will talk about how, you know, the true artists, they're true to themselves or honest with themselves. When was there ever an increase in that perspective for you, or that innate ability?
To be honest?
Just to really find your niche.
It's a good question. I feel like there wasn't a specific moment because this has been happening my whole life. So I don't remember a time in my life where I wasn't singing. I don't remember a time in my life where I didn't know an instrument. You know, the moment I could use my hands and walk, I had something in my hand when I was making music. And whether it was a little steel drum or tambourine, saxophone. The guitar happened when I was in like 4th grade, I think, or 5th grade, something like that. To me, it's been a series of observations over 2 decades that has given me an instinct on a way to connect with people. I would say it's a gradual thing, and it's second nature at this point, but I've always been a vulnerable, open person because I feel like a lot of the problems that we have in the world are based in ego and greed and lack of honesty. And I'm not trying to say I'm some philosopher or anything or some savior dude. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I feel like there is a better way to be in terms of how we interact on a daily level. It doesn't include, it doesn't mean that you have to try to impress people to get them to like you. You know what I mean? I'm so bare and honest and naked. If you go on to my website, the top of the video is basically my journey. I have a video on my website that's the first thing on the homepage. You can't miss it. And it explains like where I'm from and what I do. In that video, I'm very open and bare. There's nothing to hide. I want to be myself. I don't want to come into this to put on a persona or a mask. I'm sitting here in my hoodie, going on live, chilling. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not wearing a hat, shave my head. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. That's kind of my perspective.
What genre would you say that you fall into for you?
To put it in someone who put it in generically, I would say alternative. I don't even like using that word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say indie pop.
Okay. I can see that. I can hear that.
But like indie seems too folky to me because I like a lot more electronic like sounds as well.
Yeah.
But I still like to have an organic feel. I got to say, yeah.
What are you tracking with? Are you on Pro Tools?
I'm on Logic.
Oh, cool.
Logic, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. But using it, I used to use Mixcraft when I had a PC, when I started out like 10 years ago. But I got Logic Pro X right when it came, like literally the week it came out, and I stuck with it ever since. I used Logic 9 too before and everything. Yeah. I love the interface. I love the sounds. Pro Tools is amazing. I'm not saying I've worked in Pro Tools as well, but for me, what works better is Logic. I'm not one of those people that, this DAW is better than that DAW. I'm just like, it works better for what I do, and I'm happy.
Everybody's got their, and a lot of it has to do because I grew up on Pro Tools. I started back when I was 14 on it, so it's like 12 plus years now.
Yeah,
it's hard to like go to another platform, but and especially in like the rock blues, you have to make sounds outside of the box, like a lot of analog gear, a lot of there's a lot of I'm not doing when I do MIDI stuff, it's limited, but in your world, the Logic routing would make sense, and Logic's better for that type of, in my opinion, from an engineering standpoint.
I completely agree. The reason I use is that library, man. The library's sick,
right?
and their stock VSTs are not bad at all. They're not.
What are some of your, like, for your vocal chain? So what are you running nowadays?
Vocals. I use my brand new my AKG C214.
Yeah.
Just started using it. Like I said, I used the Audio Technica earlier. I was joking about it. It's a good microphone. I do love that microphone. It got me through so much.
Yeah.
I try to keep just clean. I bust, obviously, but I try to keep my vocals clean because that's what people know me for. And that's another thing. It's like a lot of things are auto-tuned, lots of reverb, lots of delay. I just try to be as natural as possible.
Well, if you keep the word indie in your genre, you can get away without auto-tune.
Yeah.
As soon as you say pop, it's like, that's it. Everything's got to be overproduced. You know? And I'm not bashing it. I mean, it's just like literally you go on pop radio. You know what I mean? It's like,
dude, I hate and love pop music. I hate it.
I'm the same way, man.
And I love it.
I'm the same way.
Man.
Like, it'll get you moving, and the engineering is to die for, but it's like,
yes.
You go on TikTok, you see some of those guys, like they'll do the Donald Trump impersonations or the Obama impersonations. There's this one guy on there. He'll like he'll literally just like talking to a mic, throw it through Melodon or just one of those plugins, and it literally sounds like a pop record with auto tune.
Man.
And it's just like a 909 or 808 in the background. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's pretty funny. Like he'll impersonate anybody, and it literally sounds like a pop record.
You know what I love about what you just brought up, the whole TikTok thing and people putting their stuff out there? If you listen, and I know you know this, Jason, I know you know this. When you listen to some of these records that are really hitting, they're bedroom records.
Yes.
Mixed, mastered, recorded, produced, like not by a whiz either. Like like not to sound cocky,
Yeah.
but you know something better than that. You know what I'm saying? But you know it. And those records are hitting. They're hitting because they're catchy.
Right now they are.
They're on the platform. It is what it is.
Well, I look at Post Malone. I have a lot of respect for Post Malone because he really can play. He really can sing and he really can play. And I like how he can play guitar, and he's got a wide plethora of influences. But man, I mean, he just he's got a sound. But I hear the artist.
Yeah.
I hear it. It's not like it's totally popped out. I hear it. Even though there's auto-tune and all this stuff going on, they're using it as a sound. It's not like they're using it because you have to use it.
Right.
You're making the choice for it to be a sound.
Right. Because it's trendy. It's in now. Not trendy. It's in now. It's what people are accustomed to. They have to put it next to everything else. They have to have the similar aesthetic. Completely understand. Oh, dude, we can chop it up for hours talking about this stuff, bro.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, so talk to me a little bit more about your songwriting process.
Songwriting process. If it doesn't come from the heart, if I don't believe it, I don't put it down.
Right.
Very simple. I don't think of like, oh, I need to do this, then I need to do that, then I need to do this. It'll come to me in the shower. It'll come to me before I go to bed.
It's the same, man.
Sometimes I make the music first, then I write the lyrics. Sometimes the lyrics come first, then I write the music. There's no like, oh, all right, I'm gonna sit down and write a song today. Sometimes I do that though.
Right.
Sometimes I do.
It either the two ways that it happens for me is it'll come to me when I'm not expecting it, or you have like that specific mood that you're in.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like you get that itch that you have to scratch, and it's like, yeah, I gotta pick up an instrument now. Like I've got to see what's going on right now. And usually that instinct works out fairly well. Sometimes you only have a 5 or 10 second bit, sits around on the phone for 6 months, and then it turns into something. But I always ask that question because I'm just curious to see what everybody's take is on it, because everybody's got their own process.
Yeah. And no process is wrong. Art is art. I think maybe it was Einstein who said something about an artist being irreplaceable because the art they create can never be replicated. A scientist can always discover what is objectively true about the world, but art will always be its own thing, and it can never be wrong. It is just what it is, and that's that. I always thought that was pretty profound by Einstein.
Yeah. Well, I've got a couple of quick questions I call this the shootout round, and it's just basically I'll say a word and you just fire the first word or first couple of words that come to mind right after I say it. And it's all industry related. It's all like producer related.
Oh man. Okay.
All right, you ready?
Go for it.
All right. Mike.
Sure.
Guitar.
Martin.
Bass.
P-bass.
Woo! I like that. Drums.
Rolling.
Yeah, I got one over there. Vocal.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh, dude, you're killing me, man. I'm totally losing this round. All right. Compression.
CLA.
LA2A 1176.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Okay. Yeah. Anything CLA works. EQ.
Minus 20 dB.
Sure. Distortion.
Sausage fattener.
I haven't even heard of that plugin.
Dude, everything has it. I'm gonna show you it. I'm gonna show you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let me see. Just Google it real quick.
Maybe I have heard of that.
Dude,
Wait, is that a plugin or is that a pedal?
It's a plugin.
Okay.
It's a plugin.
Maybe I have heard of that.
Got you right now. Here, right here. You ever seen this? Like, can I flip this? Yes, I can.
Let's try it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sausage fattener.
I gotta check that out, man.
Dude, everyone uses it. Everyone.
What are the two knobs? What is it, like a tone knob and a distortion knob, or it's like a tone shaper?
I would say
Sausage
fattener. Color. I think it says fatness. Yeah, fatness.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Fatness and color.
I've got one more for you if I can read my handwriting.
Yeah.
Keys, like keyboards.
B3 organ.
Yes. What's your favorite Beatles song, or like your, I don't know. It's hard to say your favorite. Like maybe top 2 or 3.
All right. Melodically, because the song "Because."
Oh yeah.
Right. Melodically. Guitar wise, "Here Comes the Sun."
Yeah.
And songwriting wise, "In My Life."
Woo, dude, those are all my favorites, man.
Dude, there's a reason.
Seriously. I always ask this question at the end.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you so much for taking the time to be on, my friend.
No problem, man. Thank you for following through and just being great. Thank you for that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time to your 15-year-old self, knowing what you know now, what would you tell him?
Woo! That's a big one. Oh my God. Oh my God. And what would I tell him? Don't date anyone until you know who you are. That is what I would tell my 15-year-old self.
Yes, sir.
That is what I would tell my 15-year-old self.
Oh, man.
Tell your 15-year-old self.
Oh, wow. This is the first time somebody's asked me that question.
What would you tell him?
And you're like, guessed 45 or 50?
Wow.
It took that long for somebody to come back. You're the first one.
I got you.
Oh, dude, I would actually say, I'd say a lot of things. I would right now, knowing what I know, I would say just you have to know when to move on. You have to know when to walk away. And you have to just know the strength in saying, just know the strength in walking away. And when people walk out of your life, let them walk.
There you go, bro. Yes, snaps, bro. Amazing. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it.
Well, Zoom hasn't kicked us off yet. Usually when it hits the 40-minute threshold, allegedly, that's when it like kicks you out. But I think we're right at it. So if we get kicked out, that's fine. We got the interview in. But
yes,
tell everybody where they can find you. You know, social media handles. We'll have it in the description box below when this is on YouTube. How about it?
All right. You guys can follow me on Instagram at @IAM_Alex Martin. You can go on my YouTube channel, subscribe, The Real Alex Martin. Make sure to listen to my album 1111 on any music streaming platform you have. Make sure to tell a friend.
Cool, man. Any last words?
I'm really grateful to be on this with you, to be honest. This is great. I'm going through this by myself. And this has been a really great interview. I've done a lot of interviews. So, I've even had like TV interviews on AC and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a good interview. I really appreciate you, Jason. Seriously, man.
Well, cool, man. Hey, listen. Hopefully this blows over soon. I don't know how long this is going to last for. Glad I met you when I did in person, because I don't, we really don't know when. The world is not going to be the same after this.
No, it's not. They're going to the way we pay, the way we travel, all that's going to change.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Like I had a whole tour. I had a whole tour for the last, or that was supposed to be on right now. And just like me, just, you know, millions of other guys out there that play are out on tour. No, everything is shut down.
Man.
So it really makes you think about what's coming up next. Because I honestly, like, we know what's coming up next. We're doing it right now. We're doing it. Like, I literally spent a couple of days making sure this system was in place and some other things, and just kind of like doing all that. But yeah. So
yeah, man. I mean, just as an artist too, we kind of have to support each other in these times. And
yes.
And this is actually a time where we flourish. I have to say, in times of struggle, people who connect with music and art flourish. And, you know, we'll have our day, but, you know, we really do want to make sure that all these people out there, they heal, they get better. Shout out to all the people working in the medical field, obviously.
Yes.
You know, all the people working in supermarkets, keeping our day-to-day lives still flowing. Those truck drivers, all those guys, they get my respect and salute. But at the end of the day, in the day-to-day life, how things are going to change, it's just going to be unprecedented, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, we'll sign off for now, but
yeah,
we gotta do something remotely, recording wise. Maybe we can, while we've got some downtime.
I'm with it, bro. I'm here all day making music. I need assignments. I need to step away too. I need to do something different. I need to mix it up, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll stay in touch, and I'll get this thing edited for you, and we'll make it happen. But thanks again for being on. And this is the Jason Damico Show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're listening to this, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is just Jason Damico, no spaces. And if you're on Spotify, iTunes, Simplecast, iHeartRadio, thanks for tuning in. And we will see you on the next one.
Peace.